السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربنا زدنا علما. اللهم إنا نسألك الإخلاص والقبول وأن تنفعنا اللهم بما نقول. اللهم أمين. وبعد. Dear sisters in Islam, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maghfira and I am an online Quran teacher, and you are watching Maghfira Education, the place to learn and understand how to read Al-Quran properly. And today, inshallah, we are going to know how to get a balanced recitation. And before knowing how to get a balanced recitation, we need to know what is a balanced recitation. And you know that the balanced recitation, it is giving each letter its own needed time without increasing the time necessary or decreasing the time needed for this letter. And why it is so important, why we need to give each letter its own timing without even decreasing or increasing the time for this one. You know that the Quranic word is written in Arabic, and the Arabic language, the meaning of an Arabic word depends on two things. Number one, the letter itself. Number two, the time for each letter. The time of each letter is meaningful, So when you read the letter and when you give the letter a specific time and you read the same word but give this letter more time, this will lead the meaning of this word to be different. So if we, for example, have this word kataba, and the next is kataba, the time for each is meaningful. So, ka, ta, ba, we have the time for ka, ta, ba. If we need to stretch the word ka instead of ka, so I read it as a kataba instead of kataba, I change the word from being from this shape to be like this shape. And as a result, the meaning of a word, number one, instead of being the word number one, it will be the word number two. Okay? So the word number one meaning is kataba, which is to write something. And the word number two meaning is kataba. And kataba, from al-Jahiliyyah ages, the people used to have slaves. And the Islam, when it come, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala start gradually put some necessary Sharia al-Islamiyya, in detail, the details of the Sharia al-Islamiyya start to be gradually, And the first thing to stop this habit is by is by letting the people who free the slaves that he have a great reward. And you know that some people may not do this thing, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put another thing, so all the slaves to be free, something called al-mukataba. Okay, so al-mukataba or kataba, it is when the slave agree with his owner so that he will work for 10 months without any salary. And after this 10 months, when this 10 months pass, he will be free. So he is working so that he is free himself. This is kataba. So the word kataba, if I increase the sound for kataba to be kataba, the meaning totally changed from writing something to freeing the slave himself. So it is really something very important we need to focus on. And you know that the Quranic words is a speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is sort of a sin if we change the meaning of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's words by giving the letter its time or not, So this is a really very important issue. We need to look out and we need to make sure that we do this properly. So what's the time needed for each letter? How to adjust your recitation? First, we need to understand that the time for each letter is defined as haraka, okay? And the unit of the time for each letter is called haraka. And what is haraka? Haraka, its normal meaning, it's the vowel, fatha, dhamma, kasra, as you know. But we can use it as a unit. So we can say that this letter is 1 haraka, 2 haraka, 3 haraka, 4 haraka, like this. Okay? So this is our unit. Okay, the unit 1 حركة or 2 حركة or 3 and so on. Okay, and the حركات that we may have one of the following. We may have 1 حركة, okay, and we may have 2 حركة, and these are the two main topics that we have. We may have sometimes some letters have one or has 1 حركة, and sometimes some letters has 2 حركة. 1 حركة, they are the normal حركة, فتحة, ضمة, كسرة. 2 حركة, it is the mad sound. Okay, and you know that what is mad? Mad is فتحة followed by alif or كسرة followed by ya, okay, or ضمة followed by wow. In this case, you know that you have to stretch the letter, give it twice the number or the time needed for the first one. Okay, so how to adjust the حركة for 1 letter? 1 حركة, how to adjust it? Scholars mainly agree that the حركة, it is the time for reading 1 letter. The time for reading 1 letter is called حركة. And to adjust this, especially for the beginner, you may have to move 1 finger in. So if we imagine that this is a hand, the time for moving 1 finger in, this is the حركة for 1 letter. And the time needed for reading the mad is the time needed to move the 2 fingers. So for example, if I have the word قال, okay, in this case the word قال and قل, okay, so the word قل, it will be the same time of moving 1 finger for قاف, 1 finger for lam. So it will be قل, قل. And for the word قال, the letter قا, it needs 2 حركة because it is a mad, and the 1 حركة for lam. So it will be قال. I will move 2 fingers on reading قا because it's 2 حركة, and 1 for la. قال, like this. And really, I find it looks completely like these blocks. The time for 1 letter is 1 حركة, فتحة, ضمة, and سكون. And the time for 2 حركة, or the duplicated time, twice the time needed for ad, is for shadda. And you know that shadda, it is 2 letters. The first one is sukun, the second one is fatha, and the second is ghunna. And the ghunna time, it is the time needed for the noon and mim shadda. Okay, so it is 2 haraka. And for the ghunna, and the last one is the tanween. Ban, 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 ban. Time for ba and time for noon. Okay, so let's go to the summary. How to have a balanced recitation. If the letter has a 1 fatha, dhamma, kasra, you have to give it the time for 1 blocks. You have to divide your recitation as you are having these blocks, and that's to make this easy. You can move your finger in, moving 1 finger in, but try to use the same speed for all your recitation. And the letter that has dhamma, give it 1 haraka, 2, move 1 finger, 2. And the letter that has mad, 2 haraka, you have to move the 2 fingers in until you finish the letter. And sure, if we have 4 harakat, in this case we need to move the finger 4 counts until we finish the letter. Like for example, as-sama, as-sama, as-sa, as-sa, as-sama. Okay, so hopefully this lesson is beneficial for you. So jazakumullahu khairan for your watch. Really, I will catch you inshallah on the next lesson. You are watching Maghfirah Education. Inshallah, the next lesson we will start a new topic If you find this content is beneficial, don't forget to share, subscribe and like to this channel. See you inshallah and catch you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.